I am Neo Starling. And if you weren't sure before, now you are.
What do you think of Nia Jax? Do you think that she got the shot that she's getting because of The Rock?
No, I think that helps. WWE loves the bloodlines. They've leaned on the Samoan bloodline for so long that it makes sense. But here's the real hard fact. If The Rock wanted Joe Schmo off the street to be a WWE wrestler, they would have to actually work and maintain being a WWE wrestler. So you have to be able to do the work, right?
That is true, but what's getting me, obviously you're watching Groundbreaking, right?
Breaking Ground.
Breaking Ground.
Yeah.
Apologies. Same spit.
It is actually groundbreaking.
And here's the thing, they constantly stress stamina, physical fitness, things like that with the wrestlers as far as them wanting them to be in tip-top shape. Mm-hmm. This girl Nia Jax, I do think she's talented. Don't get it twisted. It's not like I don't think she is, but I feel like she's kind of getting a pass, and she's being shot to the top real quick. She already got a title shot within a couple of matches of her being there.
Right.
Just because I think it's mainly because of The Rock and her Samoan heritage, because Vince has a hard on for them.
Well, yeah, and also they like to, they have their pet projects like Roman Reigns, and you look at someone like Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and Charlotte. They really sometimes they just see someone, they're like they just shoot them to the moon quick.
That is true.
They fall in love with them as a company. I feel right now they are digging. They smell what she's cooking, and it doesn't hurt to have The Rock around. She still has to be able to hang, but right now she's one of their love projects.
Well, what I think it is too is that she also has a unique look among the women.
They put her on TV really quick
because how they're liking the chubbies a little more, and you got dudes like Owens, you got Samoa Joe there.
I love different body.
No, I do too. I think it's important, and
I want to see more variety.
But I think the reason they're pushing her also, as far as they're pushing her, is because she does have a different body type from the generic supermodel looking diva. Yeah, exactly. She just looks like a woman that'll kind of go in there and fuck you up.
They will beat the living like a badass.
Even though they still try to censor her fat a little bit, because when she came out in her first match, she just had a one-piece outfit on, and in her next match they suddenly gave her the Xena elbow pad. Awesome Kong has those pads, the elbow pads and the side pads. That's to cover the fat that slides off to the side. I noticed that right away because they put them in those specific areas.
All right.
And when I see something like that in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, why couldn't they just let her rock the way she was rocking originally? Are they still sort of self-conscious about it either way? Is there something they want to promote but they don't? They want to let you know that they're okay to have different varieties and body types, but at the same time they kind of want to hide them just a pinch, just a hair.
Just a hair.
Yeah, just a hair. Just a hair, like good old JR.
When watching Breaking Ground, I know they address that a little bit, but not too much. They show her working out and working on her conditioning and eating habits, and it's all about what you eat. And I feel for her, she's gonna be fine.
Oh, she's eating burgers every time you see her on the show.
I know, but it's also a documentary, so they could be cutting out a lot of the health struggles. Maybe they cut out a lot of her diet. Trying to figure out what to eat, what not to eat. Yeah. Who knows? It's also WWE. They like to. Nothing gets on their screen without them looking at it, and from what I understand, Breaking Ground is the closest thing they have to an independent project, but it's still WWE. So as more as I get into it, the more I watch the show, the more I think it's being, it's not as much WWE, but still WWE. It has their influence on it.
Understood.
It's a program for them, but maybe they cut out the struggle, because the struggle's real when you're trying to lose weight, right? It's not easy, and a lot of it is about what you eat. A lot of it is about what you eat.
Shave. I became a baby face literally recently, and
yeah, you had a beard.
Because having this baby face shows me how chunky my face really is. Because I was able to kind of hide it before,
now
it's,
you can hide it.
I can see this little neck right here, this extra neck fat.
When you think of Nia Jax, do you identify with her that way? Her
I don't
struggle?
I don't identify with her struggle necessarily.
Or her, or not, maybe not. I'm calling it her struggle. I guess what I really mean is like, you brought up her weight. So what do you see in her that you think?
Oh, I brought up her weight only because she's obviously not your typical like WWE diva. Now up until now they've only been doing this with the men. They haven't done it with the women yet.
Yeah.
So I actually think it's kind of neat that they are doing that because it also gives other women that aren't like in WWE shape necessarily, like it gives them hope. Now in their mind they're like oh crap, she can do it, so can we. I mean, but granted she does have an advantage because she is The Rock's cousin. She's related to him. So that she already she has that pedigree on her side.
So yeah, like your Randy Ortons of the world, and your Natalias, and your Paiges, and your Charlottes, they're definitely going to have an easier time getting into the door. I don't think anyone will deny that.
No.
But you still have to be able to cut it. David Flair couldn't cut it.
That's true.
There's a lot of Ted DiBiase Jr. didn't want it, couldn't cut it.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes I don't think it's the fact that they can't cut it. I just don't think they're given proper opportunity because, let's face it, if the machine's behind them, they're gonna succeed.
Sure.
But
they still have to be able to go.
Well, they push whoever they want to. Like for example, Cesaro, right? That guy, if they really wanted to, he's so over. They could shoot him to the moon. Whether he's a face or a heel, he's still over. And WWE purposely books him like a fucking geek. They do that on purpose because Vince thinks he can't connect, and they don't want to shoot him to the top. They want their specific people, because like look at Roman Reigns for example. He has the look, but he's someone that can't get over on his own. Like you needed to bring Vince McMahon to get him over, and granted, part of that reason was because of his bad booking. Because when he started getting over initially during the Royal Rumble that Batista was in, everybody was digging him because he was still like very quiet. He was just badass and all this and that, and then suddenly started having him do like Looney Tunes jokes and succotash and tater tots. So, that's not something that I feel... those are things that break characters, it destroys them. So, when I look at someone like Cesaro, for example, he doesn't have to say much. Just book him strong, and he'll get over. He's already gotten over. He's a Swiss Superman. He does things in that ring that no one else does, and when he wrestles, let's face it, he has some of the best matches. But granted, I get... WWE probably has one of the strongest in-ring rosters they've ever had. Their problem now is story, right? I guess that's where it boils down to next. Is their stories are just not strong enough, which is why Vince McMahon. I find it funny how the best episode of Raw in recent history is the one where Vince came back,
because they made Roman. They had like a 48-hour period where they made Roman Reigns into an ultimate badass, right? Yeah. You had the pay-per-view, and then you had the Raw after where he became the champion.
Yeah.
How do you follow that up? You continue to make him being a champion, or like a badass. That's how you do it. But instead, they wanted to put a mic in front of him. This is like...
They did, but I think the following Raw was a disappointment. It was a disappointment because I get that they can't have not every Raw is going to be a hit. So you're going to have misses, but just the simple fact that I just feel like they didn't try hard. Like with the one where he won the title, they threw it all out there. They gave you really good matches throughout the night. They fucking had Vince come back. You had the drama of just losing this belt 48 hours ago, like you said, or 24 hours ago, technically. Whatever.
Losing the match.
Yeah, losing the match.
But kicking ass, like destroying Triple H.
And then you essentially made Roman Reigns Stone Cold. Like they started booking him like Austin.
Sure. Anti-hero, anti-authority.
Yeah, exactly. Anti-authority figure.
Badass.
People living vicariously through him, beating up their boss and whatnot.
A juggernaut.
Yeah, exactly.
Like an unstoppable force of nature doesn't give a fuck about
yeah.
who you are, where you're.
And that's how you book him. Like. The problem is that because they wanted him to be John Cena 2.0.
I know, because they like their PG. They want to sell dolls and I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but
dolls and t-shirts.
That works with people like Cena, but it doesn't work with people like Reigns. Reigns has a different type of look. He doesn't have the I'm gonna like cook marshmallows and read bedtime stories to kids look. He doesn't have that look. He has this like I'm this badass Samoan dude that I'm gonna like literally obliterate anyone in my path. That's
Like,
the look that he has.
With let's talk about what people look like and what they could represent, right?
Okay.
For a moment, if
Yeah.
that's cool.
All right.
Let's look at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens looks like the prototypical bully you used to see, like
In school,
Yeah,
like,
in
yeah.
school, he's like the schoolyard bully. That's what he looks like. That's his.
But that's the
face,
role he
his
plays.
hair, yeah.
And he does it well.
I cannot see him coloring in a coloring book
No,
with
no.
someone.
That's why he's a heel.
I could see him being in a Make-A-Wish, but they won't promote it because it'd probably be like weird. You won't see him at the anti-bully campaigns because he literally looks like a bully.
Yeah, he does.
Because he is. That's his character. He's a bully. Or he's just like, I want to be he's like, he wants to be the biggest dog in the yard.
Yeah.
So he'll show up to the fight and like defend himself. He just doesn't. His body type doesn't look like it, but when you get in there, it's like, oh shit, this guy is incredible.
Well,
He's like, and his body's a weapon. He uses it as a weapon.
Yeah, he does.
He throws it at you.
Yeah, he
throws
does.
his body at you. So he's awesome. He's badass. I can't see him like reading a Rainbow Bright book or something.
Well, that's the thing, and to my point, you know,
Or
like
drinking tea.
you can't like when you have
He's
a certain type of guy and they have a certain type of look. This goes for the women as well. You got to book them the way they look, essentially, because that's what's gonna help them get over. Like, it's realistic. Like Roman Reigns, it's not realistic that he's the underdog every week and he's constantly getting beat up.
Yeah.
Like trying to book him like a Daniel Bryan, and he's not a Cena where he can talk. So you can't book him in those roles. He doesn't look weak.
He should just be like strong.
Exactly,
all the time.
which is why they're booking him correctly now.
Build him strong, and then like every other month have like a heel like bump him up, like fuck him up. Or,
Yeah, exactly.
Like look like a brick wall. Like, oh shit, this guy's gonna fuck up Roman Reigns.
Exactly.
And then maybe you make it a little bit difficult, but not too much. Like put a bunch of baddies. Just have him kill bad guys as him being an anti-authority badass.
Yeah.
I also think they shouldn't have him wrestle every night on Raw and SmackDown. I think they.
Well, he hasn't been actually. Like,
Okay, so you're right. Well,
the following SmackDown
admit,
that
I
they
don't really
did.
watch SmackDown a lot. I kind of like I've been.
Well, they
I
moved
fast
it. They
forward
moved
through
it
some
to USA now. So like,
I think that's why I'll watch it more.
they're gonna try to make
watch
it.
SmackDown more.
They're gonna try to make it as important as Raw now. I think.
Okay,
I hope so.
I want to watch it
Because there was a point where SmackDown was better than Raw, in my opinion. That, like a long time ago. When you had like Cena, Lesnar, when you had Orton, Kurt Angle, like all those dudes like in the beginning. Like
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. SmackDown was on point. Like it was exciting, must-see television. Yeah, you had all those dudes.
Yeah.
You know, and it slowly like faded into obscurity, and it became just a rerun of Raw.
Crash Holly.
People that are no longer with them.
There's too many of those in wrestling, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know it sucks, but it's the reality of life, man. But I was just watching NXT a little while ago. Sami Zayn came back.
He's back on TV.
Yeah, he's back on TV. He got a haircut. His beard's a little bigger.
it.
But I already don't like what they're doing with him. They got him doing the Daniel Bryan, where he's like, now he's holding his shoulder every time somebody touches him, and it's like, come on, like he's already injury prone. They're gonna if he's really legitly getting hurt, that's gonna make him look really weak, and that's not good. Like don't push him like he has to watch his shoulder every time now, because that's ridiculous. But anyway, I just put the address for you.
So that guy just did?
No.
He just burnt it on the police.
Nice.
Like the police car was right behind him, and he just booked it on them because they can't catch him.
Yeah, the address is set up for you already.
All right, this is fun,
Gotta
George.
go that way?
Thanks for talking.
Oh, anytime.
Now you are.